To remove corner lights, simply open your hood. At least on the passenger side it's simple. Driver's side there's a battery cover, but getting point. See how it's kind of clipped right there? You just have to release that, get that off of there, and now your entire corner light will just slide forwards. You can push it in from the inside. If you have cool white lights from Europe, it has this cool little nub you can pull it off of, but it's only attached to 3 points. It's got this little guy right there that slides into that hole. Same thing down there, slides into the hole, and then you just have to line up this stuff going on over here when you put it back. And that's it. Pull it out. There you go. That's what the whole assembly looks like. And then you twist and pull this thing out. There it is. 1, 2, and 3. Cut to other video from a few days ago in the rain when I identified which one was which using paper clips. So 2 is obviously ground. The gray with the red is the park lamps, and the green and gray looking wire number 3 is the blinkers, in case anybody's wondering. And that is T4. I've already taken the protective covering off of these 3 wires because I'm going to put a resistor, big one, big guy, over it because I don't want hyperblinking from these bulbs, which are the ones that are going to go into the corner lights for turning and park lamps. So I ordered this kit on Amazon. Actually, all this stuff is from Amazon. I'll post the links in the description as well as pictures here. Let's put them over here, right there. There you go. So those are the bulbs that I bought, and this is the resistor set that I bought. Let's see if they work. Just in case you've never seen these things before, they're really cool. You can actually splice into existing wiring without damaging your existing wiring. So basically what happens is I'm going to hook these up into the right hole, and the right hole is a dead end. Dead end, see that on the left hand side? And then the other line will pass through. That's the line that goes to the car, in this case ground, and I think I'm doing the green and gray wire. And then you just take a pair of pliers, push this down. This top piece closes on top of it like this, and that's it. I usually use pliers, but you probably don't even need to. So that's what we're doing. So more or less, here's the stock bulb. I know it's orange. I replaced the clear one with an orange one when I did the corners. And I'm gonna plug in the LED and show you what that looks like. So that's regular. That's fine. I'm doing it because I don't want to see any amber inside the clear. A little bit of an OCD thing, but I'm gonna get it as clear as possible. So that's the whole point of LEDs. So as you can see, it flashes quite a bit faster. I'm not sure what that looks like on camera, but it's got a lens on the front. It's pretty bright. It's kind of nice. But it flashes way, way too quickly. And that means that the rear is probably flashing really fast too. And nobody wants that hyperblink behavior. That's just annoying. That's obnoxious. So the resistor is supposed to fix that. So let's see if it does. So both of them are on there now. These are the pass-throughs as described before. So I just have to add the other wires now and cinch them down. I use a flathead to kind of widen it a little bit. It's a little bit stubborn, but they're good to go now. This is the first one, push straight through. See the brown wire going in and the red wire going in and the brown wire coming out. And all you do is flip the top over and close it. I did use pliers to close this. It was pretty tough. So that's it. Lock it up. And there you go. And that's it. So bulb is in. These 2 connectors are over the green and black wire and over the brown wire. And then the resistor is in a loop right there. So now the only trick is to mount the resistor somewhere where it's not going to create an issue or tension on the connections. A little tricky because there's reservoir and air filter box and stuff. So I don't know, I'll find a place for it somewhere in there. But that's about it. I'm going to leave this as is, as ugly as it is, as much as my OCD wants me to change it. Just in case I go back at some point, I am going to leave that there. So let's test it. And that looks a heck of a lot better. Maybe I can put a little side-by-side in here, but that's it. Looks really good. This is all plugged up. Now I just got to find a place for that resistor, and that's it. And as they always say, what is it? Assembly is the reverse of disassembly or something. So that should be everything you need. On this side, the only trick I would say is that there's this battery cover, which is a little bit annoying because you got to remove it first. Also really fun to do one-handed. But I think the access is pretty much the same. So you just pull that pin down there. And as soon as you do, you can release the entire corner light. And that's it. There you go. Hope that helps. Well, as with all things VW, it's never that simple. So, this is the driver's side, and although the numbers still line up, it has to be different color wires. So, 2 is still ground. Yay, it's still brown. Thank you, VW, you're so great. Number 1 is indeed still the park lamps, gray with a black stripe, and 3 is the blinkers, which is, I believe, black with a white stripe. There you go. So 1 park lamps, 2 ground, 3 turn signal. The way that I tested this is I actually unhooked this and I used 2 paper clips to connect the ground and the number 3 to the thing down here, and not, you know, to have number 1 disconnected. Pretty simple, elementary stuff, my dear Watson. So that's basically everything, and now I'm just gonna do the same thing I did on the other side, put it all back together, and it should be fine, hopefully. So here it is, all back together and assembled. You can see that there's a very small amount of amber showing through. It's just the LEDs that are in there, so it looks pretty good. And this is what it looks like when it is on. So pretty good. This is the middle of the day, so not going to be the brightest, but pretty happy with it. And these European corners actually have this cool thing where they send the light backwards as well, which is kind of neat. So if you're back here, you can actually see the blinkers on as well. And that's it.